All right, here we go. Monday night Knicks. Knicks at home visiting a pesky Magic team, desperate to get their first win of the season. But Julius and Jalen would have none of it. Magic will keep it close at certain points of this game. But nevertheless, it was Julius Randle's 25. It was Jalen Brunson's 21. And RJ with a sneaky 20, second half 20, would keep the Magic at bay, man. And the Knicks win 115-102. This is Knicks postgame live presented by Manscaped, CP the franchise, Alex Rotaros on the ones and twos. We're going to break it all down, take your phone calls, play some highlights, and recap this thing. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks go to 2-1 on the campaign. A tough week ahead. So this one was a must win. And they got the job done. Protect home court and get the W. So let's talk about it, man. Knicks postgame live presented by Manscaped. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. All right, man. After a dreary Monday here in New York, man, it was good to kick back, watch this game, and watch a Knicks victory, Al. And we started last night's show. We kicked off with Knicks Weekly talking about our player of the week. And it was kind of mixed. You know, Brunson did win it. But there were a lot of fans that said, listen, Julius deserves his props. Julius deserves credit. And a lot of people picked Julius as a player of the week. Well, nevertheless, Julius showed up tonight in a major way. 25 points, 12 boards, 4 dimes, 1 steal, 10 of 19 from the field. You know, someone hit me up. I didn't see the pregame warm-ups. Someone hit me up, said Julius is doing some type of yoga, some type of meditation, and something like that, get his mind right. Hey, more power to him if this is how he's going to play. But nevertheless, bro, this is the Randle performance that this team is going to need if they are going to have a successful season. Because for me, he was an engine at times. He was a supporting cast member playing off ball. He was pushing the pace. He was hustling, getting on the boards. He was trying to go at Banchero a little bit. You know, Banchero still had his. But nevertheless, this was a solid effort by Julius Randle. Give credit where it's due.
100%, man. You got to give credit to Julius Randle tonight. Dude came in here, got his 25 points, 1 steal, 4 assists, 12 rebounds, 8 on the defensive side. Went 3 for 5 from the free throw line, 2 for 9 from 3. But still, an efficient, effective game from Julius Randle tonight. And you touched on all of it, man. I think the thing that, you know, there's just a couple plays that just stick out in my mind. It's when Randle's pushing the pace and he finds RJ Barrett coming down the middle of the lane, and that's an easy flush for RJ Barrett. I'm thinking about Jalen Brunson pushing the pace, coming attacking from the right side of the court, right? And you have Julius Randle playing off ball and cutting down the middle of the lane himself to get an easy dunk. Randle playing some solid defense tonight. You know, he was able to even draw offensive fouls from the Orlando Magic as well, you know, just by his positioning. Julius played an excellent game tonight. This is what we wanted from Randle last season, because we got it from him 2 years ago when he got, you know, his second All-NBA, All-Star. Right now, he's playing at a high level, playing at an efficient level through these past 3 games. Keep it up, because this is the stuff that we need, man. It's an overall team game. But you also got to look at Jalen Brunson, too, because Jalen Brunson, you know, that cool, calm, collective guy that we keep talking about, once again, tonight as well, just comes out here and drops, let me pull up his stat. He got 21 points, 2 steals, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 for 4 from 3, 3 for 3 from the line, 8 from 16 from the field. An efficient game from Jalen Brunson as well. And you see how active he is with his hands on defense, just forcing turnovers, just putting a lot of pressure on the Orlando Magic, but he's making the quick decisions, using that footwork to get inside the paint, creating opportunities for one another, for everyone else around him. Yeah, he's just, between him and Randle tonight, man, it was just a great game. Really love what I saw from Jalen Brunson tonight. We got a point guard, CP. We got a point guard.
We got a point guard. I'm gonna give Brunson his own segment, but I gotta stick with Julius here, man, because he's the MVP of the night. And
for sure. Oh, 100%.
And what I saw from Julius was as Thibodeau said in his press conference, he was really mixing it up. His arsenal was on display. First of all, as I've been saying over the last 2 years, and it gives Brunson credit, finding someone who could get Julius some shots in rhythm. We saw 2 pick and roll finishes between Brunson and Julius. Well, pick and pop, and one where Julius had a teardrop. Found another one with Brunson and Julius in transition to get the two-handed slam. You saw Julius, as I said, as an engine, as an initiator in isolation, doing his thing. Got a nice fadeaway in the first half. Knocked down a corner 3. Had another play where, he and Fournier kind of have that chemistry where Fournier likes to relocate off of Julius's drives or Julius's his forays into the paint. And Fournier will kind of relocate to a spot at the elbow in the corner, and Julius will find him. Julius found him there, found him there for a 3. As you said, he found RJ in transition. So really, really mixing it up. There was one where you had the 2-man game with Julius and Brunson. Yep. And Julius got a tough and one over, I believe it was Wendell Carter Jr. Arsenal was on display, man. Nice game by Julius tonight.
And you can see his you can also see the IQ is there too tonight as well, right? I just remember also in the first quarter, he had the go ahead pass. He threw it out to Brunson in transition. Brunson was able to attack and attack the lane, and Brunson drew the foul. Just that assist to lead to the foul. You play your 2K games out there for everyone who loves it. You always get that token saying assist to the foul. That's what he did, man. That's the type of stuff that you like to see from Randall too. Keeping your head up and just passing it out to your teammates, man, not having to think that you're the only person that's got to help lead this team to victories. Stuff like that, man, just high IQ stuff from Randall. Really, really enjoying what he's been doing so far through these first 3 games, and just keep it up for Randall, man, because he's playing at a great level so far.
25, 12, 4 dimes, 10 of 19 from the field for Julius Randle. Like I said, the matchup that I was looking forward to tonight was he versus Banchero, because I feel like Banchero has a bit of Julius in him, a little, bootleg Julius, a little Weber. He's nice, man. Young kid coming into the league. 3 straight 20-plus point games. Knicks were going to have their hands full. Still dropped 20 on him. I thought Julius gave good effort with Banchero. Now, moving over to Brunson. Hey, this was our player of the week last week, as announced yesterday on Knicks Weekly, as voted on by the fans. Tonight, again, picking up where he left off. 21 points, 6 dimes, efficient 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown, 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, plus 17 from the floor. And he picked up 2 fouls early. Thibs said, hey, I was just going to go stick with him just because he didn't want to interrupt his flow, didn't want to interrupt his rhythm. Stuck with him. He had a couple of tricky fouls during this game, but there were some key stretches in this game where I felt like, that saying now that we have a point guard. We're gonna keep rolling that out this year.
Oh yeah, man.
We have a point guard, but there were some key stretches where I really felt like him being out there really stabilized things, and that was around the 7-minute mark in the third quarter when Orlando was coming back into the game. Ended up taking a 1-point lead, and then Brunson claps back with 7 straight Knick points. Kind of settles things a little bit. Knicks end up running away with things in the third quarter, end up with a 14-point lead. Then in the fourth, where it was 104-98, and I think it was getting crunch time. It was about 4 minutes left. Franz Wagner had just scored. Brunson comes down, operating out of the mid-range, gets his shot up and an N1. Scored it, and from right there, Knicks never looked back. I thought those 2 key situations in that game, he just was that stabilizing force. The guy we needed a bucket or several, go out there and get it for us, and he got the job done, man. Excellent game. And on top of that, bonus, very active hands from Brunson, man, defensively. Very active hands.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, very active hands. How many steals? He had 2 steals. But, he was very active out there trying to force turnovers and deflections, for sure.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned that time in the third quarter, because I tweeted out just before we hopped on, and I said I really like the second half, especially the third quarter. Orlando took the lead with 7:50 to go. Then the Knicks were able to gather themselves and take an 11-point lead with 3:24 left on the clock. From there, the Knicks never looked back, man. Once they went into the fourth quarter, Orlando brought it down to 6 with a couple left. I think it was around 6 minute mark to go in the fourth quarter. And then who again steps up to make sure that they get a 9-point lead? Jalen Brunson. He uses his footwork, gets into the paint, was able to draw a foul, man, was able to draw contact and got the and one and knocked down his free throw to bring the Knicks back up to 9 points. Yo, we got a point guard. Just get the banner, man. Just hang that banner at MSG already.
No, we got a point guard banner. It's going up. Man. It's going up fast, man.
Hang that banner because Jalen Brunson is the goods. We talked about it all last season, how good he was and how he could help this Knicks team, especially when it was the rough stretches of last season. But man, Jalen Brunson, dude, you can't talk. There's not enough to say about this guy. Really, he is gritty, and I think his defense is really taking another level playing under Tom Thibodeau because obviously a head coach that loves defense. Wow, I'm just happy, man, to have this guy on this team because he's really pulled everything together and he's finding the people at the right times.
Yeah,
so I like that. But I got a question for you. Are we going to give Tom Thibodeau some credit tonight, man? Because
let's do it. I always give Thibs credit, man. I have no problem giving Thibs credit,
because
man.
last season,
I'm not one of those guys. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I'm just saying because last year it was you and me, and then next thing you know, we were getting attacked for this. But I got to say it. We were asking for him to stagger some rotations. He did it tonight. He's been doing it the first couple of games, all right? You're seeing it tonight. At stretches, we had. Oh, let me just pull because I had to write this down because I could not believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, let's do it
with my own eyes. You start off the third quarter with Brunson, Fournier, RJ, Randall, Mitch. With 5 minutes left to go, you're bringing Toppin for Randall, and then you're bringing Hartenstein for Mitch, and then you're running Brunson, Fournier, RJ, Obi, Hartenstein for offense, and that's when they started to pick it up, man. And that's where you started to get that 11-point lead. That we talked about how Brunson was cool, calm, and collected. You got to give kudos for Tom Thibodeau to say, we need some offense right now.
Yeah,
let me put out the center that can get some offense because there were some second chance points. You see, Hartenstein able to get a rebound, and just tip it back in. That's the type of stuff that you're looking for, and it also gave RJ the ability to kind of get back on track to also. Yeah, Randall had it going, but it also gave RJ the time to really shine and get back on track scoring-wise, and that's how he ends up with a sneaky 20 points, right? So it's stuff like that where you also got to give kudos for Tom Thibodeau for his coaching. And interesting enough, especially when you're looking at before the end of the first quarter, he takes out Brunson to bring in IQ, and then IQ is going out there and finally facilitating and doing all that stuff. Looks like coach was in his ears to be like, look, man, I need you to play point guard tonight and be effective that way.
Yeah, no question about it. Definitely give Thibs that type of credit. We're seeing different combinations utilizing that depth. Again, the new Rose minutes. He came in early second, came in early fourth. Only finished with 9 minutes tonight for Derrick Rose. So quickly ended up closing instead of Fournier. The two-guard rotation continues to be a story this year. So, again, give credit to Thibs for kind of going to different matchups when the game called for it. And you mentioned R.J. Barrett. And this game, early first half, it wasn't R.J.'s game. He was pressing. He was forcing the issue. Shot selection was not good. But again, give credit. Late in the third, he came on strong, accounted for 10 Knick points, 8 of his own, as well as an alley-oop that he found Obi with. And give credit, the Knicks were feeding him as well. They were trying to get him involved in the game, trying to make sure that he got into a rhythm. And then he was also able to pick that up late in the fourth quarter as well. Ended up finishing with a respectable night. 20 points for RJ, 6 boards, 7 of 19 from the field, 7 from downtown. Again, wasn't his game in the beginning. Definitely struggled shooting. Yep. Shot selection wasn't great, but I thought he finished well.
Yeah, I mean, he was 1 for 9 in the first half, man. That's terrible. He was forcing a lot of shots. Yep. That's not what you want to see from RJ Barrett. He did not play a good first half at all, but he was able to pick it up. He was able to draw some fouls, still some questionable shot selections. He was able to get some assists to Obi Toppin, Mitch, and so forth in tonight's game. So he started, like I said, he started to gather himself in the second quarter, and I really think having, switching Randall out for Obi is kind of like the nuance in coaching where you're like, okay, I need to get RJ back out there. How can I have offense and still get RJ activated? Because we're going to need all 3 of our guys to finish this game. And you have all 3 of them scoring 20 points tonight, right? And our big 3 scored 20 points. So that's the nuance to coaching. RJ, you just got to start better, have better shot selection.
Yeah.
That's especially for a guy who just got extended. I know his extension hasn't kicked in yet, but if we're looking at you to be that franchise guy, yeah, you're gonna have some off nights, but forcing shots and not looking for your mates. He still had a solid 4 game in the first half. I thought defensively he was doing a good job. He was getting those hockey assists, so they didn't show up in the stat sheet for assists. But I thought otherwise he was doing that. It wasn't like against the Memphis Grizzlies where he's completely forcing everything with the ball in his hand. But I thought it was good just to see him readjust because that's what we're so used to RJ, and he became a little bit effective, man. I was just shocked he knocked down a mid range today.
that little mid range.
I was a little shocked about that.
That little mid range was a shocker, man. But it was good to see him knock it down. And then also, one of the things I had noticed in the preseason, and it was one thing that I wanted to see, can he convert during the regular season, is winning the matchups, the mismatches in the post. And he had Cole Anthony in the post 3 times. And I don't think he converted. He may have converted one in the second quarter, in the first half. But I know there was the first attempt and the last attempt. He didn't convert on those. And those are matchups that you want to see him win. Being close to the basket. Guys not, you have a smaller guy on you. You got to win those matchups. But the thing is, he just doesn't have to touch around the basket. It may not even matter.
Yeah.
It may not even matter. But nevertheless, I'd still like to see him continue to go to that option if he has it, and try to finish strong at the rim.
I think it also comes down to him being patient. And there were times throughout this game that I saw him be patient. I think it was towards the end. He was able to draw he went baseline, tried to get a lay in. He hesitated. Defender went up in the air. He then took the shot and was able to draw the foul. Missed his first shot, hit the second one. This is in the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. But it's stuff like that you want to see from RJ, because I feel like part of the times he has like 100, he's either going 100 miles an hour or he's not. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just slowing the game down a little bit more and just getting into rhythm and figuring out, choosing your spots. He was doing that in preseason. Regular season, RJ has kind of been up and down, but it's just choosing your spots better. And I think that'll come along with more time, and especially with these different rotations that Thibs has been putting out there.
No question about it. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks win 115-102. Throw an emoji in the chat right now. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this Knicks victory right now. How you guys feeling about it? Throw an emoji in the chat. I want to shout out Daryl Phelps, team #new. We got a couple super chats that came in. $20 super chat from Lord Barkerock Jr. says, "What's good, fam? I'm currently in the air coming back from Jacksonville. Going back to Cali. Yes, I seen the Giants in action on Sunday. 6-1. Love the energy from the Knicks tonight. I tried not to get too loud on the plane." Well, shout out to him. How the hell do you even get the game on the plane, man? I need to find out that secret. Shout out to Javier Salgado. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Shout out Javier Salgado says, $10 super chat says, "Brunson is in total control of this offense, and he loved to see it. I think we need a We Got a Point Guard t-shirt. 47-35, and a top 5 seed is my prediction. Salute, fellas." Okay. Darth Hayes says, "Can't front. Julius is balling, running, passing, playing in his MIP form. Jalen Brunson continues to show he's worth it. RJ 20, which is a good thing. We have a good point guard." All right, shout out to Darth Hayes. If you guys want to call in with your takes, man, call us up. 657-383-1509 is the number to call, or join the KnicksFanTV Discord, and we'll take your calls from there as well. Shout out to One Love Misa in the chat. Says, "First time in the chat. Let's go." To the bench, Al. I thought that the bench matchup would have been an area where we could have won. Because, number one, Orlando they were missing Jalen Suggs. Markel Fultz is gone. Jonathan Isaac continues to have a knee injury. I'm not sure when he's ever coming back. But I just thought, the way our bench has been playing, I thought there was an opportunity there to really separate ourselves from Orlando in this game. That is until Bol Bol erupted into Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? and it was going crazy. And that was a nightmare for me, bro, because the Magic have all the reclamation projects that Knicks fans have been dreaming about over the last 5 years, right? They call in CP, can we trade for Bol Bol? CP, can we trade for Mo Bamba? I really want him. CP, can we trade for Markel Fultz? Right? So Bol Bol was cooking, but on the Knicks side, shout out to Quickly, man, because I thought Quickly was really in his playmaking bag very early. 7 dimes in the first half. He found Cam 3 times.
I was about to say that too. Does he actually like Cam?
The conspiracy is over. Well, after Friday night, I think Knicks fans had let Quickly have it on Twitter to the point where he had to block some people. That's just what I heard. That's just what I heard on the grapevine. So I think Quickly was reading his tweets. Said, all right, let's get this thing in order. Found Cam for 2 nice dimes in transition. And then another 3-pointer. Overall, didn't shoot the ball at all, but really in his playmaking bag, I thought Quickly had a solid night tonight.
Yeah, like I said, I think, once again, bring up the topic that you and JD talked about last Friday. It's, what mode is Quickly going to be in for tonight? And he was the first guard off the bench again. Rose only got 9 minutes tonight. Quickly ended with 23. By the way, who was closing tonight? Not Fournier, Emmanuel Quickly. Just wanted to say that. But I think you saw, Quickly didn't shoot well tonight, but got the 8 assists, got 6 rebounds, played some really good defense, 1 steal.
Yeah.
Obviously, Quickly, since from college, he's been an up and down shooter. You can go back. I wrote something for Hoops Habit a while back where I detailed all that. But for him, just his playmaking ability and getting everyone else involved, that's what you're going to need, especially when you're working Rose in and you want to keep Rose fresh throughout the entire season. So it's good from Quickly. Obviously, you want his shooting to be more consistent.
Yeah.
But Quickly, overall, as a passer, man, when he got in there and he was just having the ball whip around.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, Quick was dishing, man.
Breathtaking.
And the one where he found Cam for the 3, I mean, they passed the ball very well against that Magic zone, and the ball movement was crispy. And I like having RJ out there with that unit. It was Quickly. It was RJ, it was Cam, it was Obi and Hartenstein. I like that unit, how they were playing in the second quarter.
Wait a minute, more staggering minutes, huh?
More staggering
rotations, right? Look at that.
More staggering minutes, man. So, good job by IQ. I thought Obi was good in his 14 minutes. 4-6 from the field, very efficient. Caught a couple of nasty lobs on Boncaro's head. 10 points, 4 boards, an assist. He had the behind the back assist to RJ for the slam in transition. 1 steal for Obi. Rose came in. Again, 9 minutes, 3 points for Rose. Quick, in and out. Did his job. Knocked down a 3 and sat back down. But overall, I thought the Knicks bench, did what they needed to do tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you had Obi Toppin who got you 10 points. Cam Reddish got you 7. Hartenstein got you 7. It wasn't an overpowering performance that we saw against the Detroit Pistons, but nonetheless, it was still efficient minutes for the bench. I think for a night like this, you can't be upset that the starters got so many minutes because Randall, Brunson, and even RJ got back on track. Mitch, man, we didn't even talk about Mitch.
Yeah,
Mitch had a really good game all around. Went 6 for 7, 14 points in 30 minutes, 6 rebounds, had 3 blocks. He was activated tonight defensively. We gotta give kudos to Mitchell Robinson to tonight as well.
Yeah, no question. 14-6, a quiet 14-6 from Mitch. He and Wendell Carter were definitely battling out there. Mitch was definitely trying to slow down Bol Bol. He was the only one that could stop him. He did block a 3-pointer by Bol Bol, right? Just like he blocked Katie's. He's the only one that could stop Bol Bol tonight. He was unstoppable. And so good job by Mitch. He was definitely playing well. Definitely playing well. So overall, solid effort. Didn't seem like either team wanted to stop the other from getting into the paint, man. It was
no.
Knicks scored 56 points in the paint. Orlando 48, and it was just Matador D right into the paint, man. So. Knicks definitely got to tighten up there, but nevertheless, their offense is what, really picked things up, man.
Yeah, especially in the paint. I mean, you had, what was it? You had 56 points in the paint for the New York Knicks. They shot terribly from 3, 11 for 37.
Yeah.
Shot just below 30%, but they shot 72% of their free throws, went 18 for 25. Did the calculation, 74 out of 115 points came from free throws and in the paint, scoring 64% of the points. That's where you got 64% of the points. 3-point shooting, man, is going to be on and off for this team. I think that's kind of expected because the guys that you have who you would look to be consistent 3-point shooters are just not consistent 3-point shooters. That's Quickly, Evan Fournier, even Cam, RJ, Randall, Brunson so far. I think has probably been our most consistent guy out of everyone, but. Yeah, it's just going to be an inconsistent 3-point shooting team from the New York Knicks. So being able to attack the paint, which that's honestly that's what everyone's been able to do effectively.
Yeah.
So that's really where you're going to see the bread and butter for the New York Knicks.
Absolutely, man. Let's get to the phones, hear what the people got to say, man. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 2,300 people in the chat right now. I need you guys to do me a favor right now, and that is hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button right now, subscribe to the channel, and share this video. Share this video on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Share it with your grandma, email your father, whatever it is. Let them know number one show for the fans by the fans is on right now, and they need to be locked in. KnicksFanTV, number one show for the fans by the fans. All right, let's get to the phones, hear what the people got to say, man. First caller of the day. Make it a good one. LB from the Bronx. Let's go.
Hello?
Yep, loud and clear. How you doing?
Yo. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
Wait, how you putting on? No, hold up, man.
Hello?
We going to the next caller, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in regular season mode. We in the third game of the season. As we said, there's simple rules to this show. Number one, it's a family show. Keep it clean. Number two, be ready at all times. You don't tell us to hold on. We running a live show right now, man. So we're going to come back to LB. We're going to go to Arkansas because I know my guy Truth stays ready, man. Stays ready, so you don't got to get ready. Truth, let's go, man.
Hey, what's up, fellas? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what's up, y'all? Hey, I've been meaning to get back with y'all since the Memphis game, but I got swallowed in those Memphis streets, man. But I'm glad y'all had a good turnout at the 40-40.
Yeah.
I got to get out there one day. Great shooting night for the team, even with Julius chunking up them threes. Good team game, though. Fournier holding down the starting spot till Grimes get back.
Yeah.
Not taking away nothing from him, though. Can't wait to see Fournier running with the bench. Quick was out here feeling himself with the shot a little bit too much, but I'm loving the facilitation with the 8 dimes and 6 boards. Just an absolute terror to Orlando Magic, and I hope we keep up the good play and hard work to take care of Charlotte Wednesday.
Okay. Sounds good, Truth. Good to hear you back, man. Good to hear you back. I didn't know if you had to scrap out there in Memphis. You know, we don't got enough super chats to bail you out there, man.
I was about to, I was the only one in my section, man. Them boys on my head, man. I'm telling you.
We glad you made it out, man. Shout out to Truth. Truth from Arkansas went to Memphis for the season opener repping. Said things almost got a little hairy for him, man. But glad he's with us. To see another day, man, no doubt. That's Truth repping that. You know, the 2-guard spot is going to be a story all year. And according to our guy, Ian Begley, salute to our guy, Ian Begley. Let me just pull this up real quick. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Ian, injury report on one Quentin Grimes, had this to say. He said, doesn't sound like Quentin Grimes has been cleared for contact. Yet as he rehabs for the lingering soreness in the middle of his left foot, Tom Thibodeau says Grimes has done some one-on-one, two-on-two work recently, reiterates the Knicks are being cautious with the process. Now, as I've said, bro, I'm no doctor. I don't know, you know, this to me doesn't
You're not a doctor?
No, I'm not a doctor, not a foot specialist by any means. It just doesn't sound so good to me. Now, rest up. We hope he gets back up to speed in due time. As we said, with the Cam situation, anything is possible. This is his possible, right? This is his opportunity to get out there and show something. And I thought tonight, I didn't think Cam was bad at all tonight. I thought Cam, you know, low scoring output, 7 points. I thought he played his role. Well off the bench. He had some minutes on Boncaro, played some defense. Got out in transition, made quick decisions with the ball, had a couple of assists. I thought Cam was okay off the bench tonight, you know, with his opportunity.
He was efficient tonight, 3 for 4 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3. You know, he got you 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He was +2, 7 points, but it was efficient 7 points. You know, I remember him getting the assist to Obi Toppin. That was pretty electric. And I mean, there's not a lot to report on Cam tonight because he only got 14 minutes tonight. Like I said, it was more so the starters that were carrying the weight tonight just because this Orlando Magic team is a feisty one. You see that they got a lot of talent, that they're just young. So it's going to be interesting when they're more seasoned in the league and they're gonna be a scary team to match up against
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah.
But and so that's why you had the starters in there tonight. And I said this on Weekly, man. I said if the game's close, you're gonna see the starters in there playing most of the minutes.
Yeah.
And that's what we got tonight. But for Cam, like he's playing efficiently, he's playing well. The question is, what happens when Quentin Grimes comes back, and you see Evan Fournier? He got 27 minutes tonight, went 2 for 8 from the field, and that was 2 for 8 from three. Only shot threes tonight, nothing else. And this is kind of my thing with Evan Fournier is that he's an inconsistent shooter. Even though he broke the record last season, you're gonna get nights like this where he's just cold. This is like he's shooting 25% from three, and if he's supposed to be your marksman, today's league average is 35.6%, and that's not that.
Yeah.
So, I'm playing for 27 minutes where he's not giving you a lot of defense. If he's just trying to be a 3-and-D guy, which is not really his game, and that's not what he was advertised as in Orlando, this is where I started to question if you're looking for a 3-and-D guy who, you don't need to. Quentin Grimes doesn't need a lot of touches. He slides right in perfectly for the starting rotation because he'll give you some top end defense, and he can still knock down the three, I think, more efficiently than what you're getting from everyone else on this team right now. So Grimes makes a lot of sense. Obviously comes down to the injuries, but we'll see as the season goes on. But I'm keeping my eye on Fournier and what happens with his minutes, what happens with him on this team. Does he get traded when Grimes comes back and he's able to stay healthy?
You want to send him to the Lakers like everybody else.
Hey man, get some picks, man. We need some picks, all right? We need some picks.
Everybody trying to set him to the Lakers, man. I hear you, though. I definitely hear you. But nevertheless, IQ got the finish at the 2, man. So it's that revolving door like we talked about in the preseason. And hopefully for Grimes, he gets back up to speed. All right, let's get back to the phones, man. Let's get back to LB. Hopefully he has everything together now. And he's ready to go. LB, are you ready to go? Are you with us, man?
Yeah. In my defense, right before you clicked over to me, you just said hit that thumbs up button for your boy. So I'm listening to the show on speaker, and I go to YouTube to hit the thumbs up. Then you went straight to me. So now I got to take it off of speaker and close YouTube when I'm talking. So that's why I said hold on for a second because I know you can't talk on speaker. So I'm trying to turn off the YouTube and take it off of speaker, and you dubbed me and you screamed on me. I'm like, whoa. Whoa.
LB, man, we coming off of a win. Listen, I give you credit for trying to get it together, but we coming off of a win. I'm trying to push the pace like the Knicks tonight, man. We got a lot of callers. We just trying to run a smooth show.
I was on point, CP. I was just trying to do it the right way. My bad. Right. I took a little extra time. That's my bad.
All right. This is a valid excuse. All right, let's go.
All right. So it was very interesting to see. I was very interested to see, for one, he kept Quickly, and I thought he was going to leave Reddish in to close the game. But he stuck with Quickly. It didn't hurt us. I was a little nervous because they had the wing factory out there on us. I think that's really how they got back in the game. They kept Bol Bol in the game, and they just got a bunch of kind of long, kind of lengthy kind of guys. So it kind of kept them in the game. So I was surprised to see that. I love the way Julius is playing. He's looking like he might. If he keep playing like this, he might have a chance to make it back to All-Star. And I'm just liking the vibe. I'm loving Brunson. He's looking amazing. He's looking like what a point guard is supposed to look like. Anytime we started to look shaky times last year and other seasons where we're about to lose the lead, he came, he settled us down, hit a couple of big shots.
Down, man.
He's just got that energy that we need, and it's so beautiful to see, man. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Unshaken, man. Settles us down. Like I said, there was a key stretch in the third when the Magic took the 1-point lead. Brunson claps back with 7 straight points. You had the fourth quarter. Magic cut it to 6 off the Franz Wagner score. Brunson comes back with an and one off the mid-range. His game settles, can't rush him. Excellent. He was excellent tonight, man. Absolutely excellent. And like I said, I like his scrappy nature on the defensive end. I really like that, But yeah, he's right. The Magic down the stretch, they've been running Franz Wagner at the point. And so they were trying to get those mismatches to get Franz some looks at the basket. He would get some, and then they had one where they did switch he and Wendell Carter. So you had RJ guarding Wendell Carter, Mitch guarding Wagner. Wagner did drive to the basket, missed it. Randall Carter follows it with a flush, rebound and a flush. They had those type of situations. So it was tough. And then Boncaro had his moments. Man, Boncaro definitely had his moments. How'd you like his game tonight?
Boncaro is everything is advertised, man, for being the number 1 pick. So he's good. He's solid. He's able to push the pace in transition. He's able to score, I think, at all 3 levels. He's still adjusting to the NBA floor and to the pace. He didn't hit any threes tonight, but he's taking them. They're gonna fall. He's got the range to do it. So, and look, he shot 9 for 11 at the free throw line. He's able to draw contact. Solid. Only got 4 rebounds, which for a power forward, I thought he would want to be playing more in the post, but I think he's everything is advertised. He's a solid player. The one thing that was shocked me tonight, though, is that Cole Anthony started off very aggressive and then just kind of faded into the background as the game wore on.
Yeah,
and he didn't really attack Brunson and try to draw Brunson
with the foul trouble
to foul out. Yeah, man, and especially when Brunson, you talked about it, got 2 quick fouls right in the first half. He then ends up with 4 fouls in the beginning of the third quarter. So you would think, hey, why not attack him with like 8 minutes left, get him in some foul trouble, pull him out, or get him out of the game, and Thibs just let him stay in there and cook. For Cole, that was just kind of a head scratcher for him, but overall, I think like this Magic team's got a lot of good young pieces on it between Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Boncaro, like Bol Bol coming off the bench with Bol Bol, man. Sheesh.
I'm watching him cook Euro step. He's blocking shots. He's knocking out threes. I said, oh, God, that's all we need now is lose this game and have fans call it in about trading for
Bol Bol and needing Bol Bol on this team.
That's all we needed, man. But nevertheless, we escaped with a 115-102 win. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks Weekly presented by Manscaped. Ladies and gentlemen, remember that this show is presented by Manscaped. So go to manscaped.com, enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Fellas, this is the number 1 men's grooming tool below the waist. Do not be out there caught lacking. It's getting nippy outside. We're transitioning from Jordan to Van Gundy. I think we all the way Van Gundy right now because we're getting closer to November, man. So go out there. Make sure you protect those pumpkins, man, with the Lawnmower 4.0. Can't be going out on these nice fall dates, looking crazy, all right? You got to tighten up. Tighten up before you go out there on those dates with the Lawnmower 4.0. Trust me, man. CP tested, ladies approved. No testimonials, fellas, all right? No testimonials. Just go out there and get that. Manscaped.com. Promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping.
Are we in Van Gundy mode or are we in Tom Thibodeau beard mode? Which one is it?
That's a good one. That's not bad. That's not bad. We are kind of in Thibs mode at this point. He is the coach, isn't he?
He is. He is the coach.
Yeah. That was a good one, man. I thought that was a good one. We might have to switch it up.
There you go.
Yeah, we might have to switch it up. Yeah, good one, man. You don't miss, Al. You definitely don't miss, man.
Bro.
All right, let's go to the phones. Ron from Bmore. Ron, let's go rapid fire. How you feeling?
CP, the Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. No, I'm kidding. But what I will say to you is Julius Randle looks better than he did 2 years ago because he's faster, he's smarter, he doesn't need to play on the ball. He's not a ball stopping. He's the fast pace. He's making good decisions. Everything is quick. He's playing defense. He can move laterally now. Even though he had a couple fouls, I'm fine with that because he's playing defense. And he can play on the perimeter defensively. He can last longer because he doesn't need to exert as much energy. Yeah. He's being a good leader. He's talking to the refs. He's being friendly with the refs. He's trying to get the refs on his side. Yeah. The fans are starting to cheer him on. He's starting to direct people. He's starting to become friendlier with Evan. He's meditating. Yeah. Julius Randle is back. And if people can't see that, you need to get with the program because Julius Randle, all NBA Randle, is back. And I'll say this: when you needed a bucket, who gave it to you? MJ Burks 2.0, Mr. Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is the Michael Jordan of this team. Down the stretch, when you need a bucket, on the ball. MJ Burks was off the ball when you needed a bucket. Yeah. When you need a bucket, you put the ball in Jalen Brunson's hands because he's a genius. Quickly, by the way, can't hesitate. I love the passes, but he can't hesitate when he gets the three.
Yeah,
and
he's
RJ's got to
hesitating on the
get
shot.
it together, CP.
Yeah.
CP, RJ's got to get it together. I'm sick and tired of the slow starts. He's in year whatever. He's not a rookie anymore. I trust RJ. Of course he'll figure it out because he's RJ Barrett. But I'm sick of the slow starts. Get with the program because Julius Randle is an all-NBA player. We're winning in the playoffs this year. Here we go.
Ron from Bmore is wilding out tonight, folks. He's feeling it. He's with the vibes right now. Julius has him feeling good.
Windows are open.
The windows are open, man. The windows are open. Let's go to this Julius soundbite. Let me see how the microphones are from his press conference. We'll go see what Julius had to say about his performance tonight. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks Fan TV, Knicks postgame live presented by Manscaped. Let's hear from Julius.
Yeah, I'm just trying to lose myself in the team. Lean on guys like Jay, RJ, and just play for my team. And like you said, the only thing that really matters is winning. So that's all we care about. We're trying to win as many games as possible. And we all feel like if we come out and play how we're supposed to, everybody do their job, we'll have a good shot at winning at the end of the night.
All right, the MSG volume was kind of low, but he basically said he's just trying to lose. He's trying to lose himself in the team and lean on guys like Jalen and RJ. Play for the team, and he says the only thing that matters is winning. And so, look, again, one of the things that is a given with Julius Randle every year is that he comes into the season in great shape. He puts in a lot of work in the offseason, comes in great shape. The biggest thing this year was his energy, his hustle, and his mental toughness. That's what everybody pointed to. And so now you see him before the games, he's meditating. So clearly he saw that as an issue. And especially playing here, bro, it's not an easy place to play. So, again, great self-awareness by a lot of these guys, man, in terms of understanding how they need to improve, what they need to improve on, and working on that. And we got to give credit what credit is due. Is it sustainable? We shall see. It's an 82-game season. Right now, through this early stretch, he's playing as well as you could ask. And that's all that matters.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And you hear how he mentions the team. And we talked about it on Knicks Weekly last night. We talked about the mindset with Derrick Rose. And I went back to that. It starts with Tom Thibodeau for this season. The last season we heard, we got to run it through Julius. Julius is a big part of this team. We got to run it through Julius. Julius is our engine, da-da-da-da-da. Thibs this season, it's a team. We got to play as a team. We got to move the ball around. We got to get open threes. We got to push the pace and transition. He was saying those stuff last year, but he really put an emphasis on how much Julius Randle is the engine of last year's team. This year, you hear a lot of just general team talk, what they need to do as a team, and we're seeing that right now. You hear about Rose, how he talks about, and he wants to be that leader, saying, whatever's best for the team. If I'm not playing minutes, if I'm not pushing the pace, whatever is best for the team. You hear Randle in this presser, right? He's talking about just for the team. I want to get lost in the sauce with the team. Whatever is the best for the team, that's what I want to do. And I think you are starting to hear that message. Everyone's trying to buy in, right? You're just listening to everyone buying in on this team effort. You have Jalen Brunson here, who's a big team guy coming from the Dallas Mavericks. You saw what they did. And even when he had to step in when Luka was out, and all of that together, when everyone's starting to buy in, just great things start to happen. So it's great to hear that. It's great that he's able to, to self-evaluate and come in with a better mindset this season. Is he really going to win over New York again the second time? How many times can you lose New York and then win New York over? I don't know how many players are able to do that, but if Randle does it again, there's got to be an award for that, I guess.
Listen, in this town, it just happens, man. We built you up to break you down, and if you can make it back, give you credit as well, man. Let's hear Thibs' comments on Julius's game tonight. Here's Thibs. This is courtesy of SNY Knicks. So to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up button for you boys.
And Julius was terrific from start to finish. I love the way he's diversifying his game, like running the floor. Sometimes he's the pace guy. He'll push it up, and then he'll create movement. Sometimes he just beats people down the floor. I think him getting easy baskets is huge for us, huge. And it puts a lot of pressure on the defense. I thought Mitch gave us great minutes, and you can't say enough about what Jalen does for the team. He's in complete control at all times. And the game, you hit some tough spots in the game, and he has such a strong demeanor and a strong face, and it's one of determination. It gives your team belief that we can do this. We can play well, and we can get out of this. And then, I thought RJ kept working the game. Not a great first half, and then found his rhythm in the second half. So, a number of guys stepped up, and it was a hard-fought game. They have some guys that are really hard to guard. So sometimes the initial part was very good, and then we didn't finish our defense. But I thought Mitch was a monster at the rim, and that was huge for us.
All right, that was Thibs' post-game comments. So Julius is diversifying his games. So talked about Brunson being a steady hand, gives you belief that you can win these games. And so said RJ kept working. So that was Thibs' comments on the game. That was Thibs' comments on the game, man. 115 to 102. Let's hear from some more people out here, what the people got to say. I want to shout out a $50 super chat from Tom from Huntington, man. He says, salute. Brunson and Randall won this. Boncaro was impressive, and RJ needs to let the game come to him. Best show for the fans by the fans. It's fall season, a.k.a. Manscaped season. Let's go. And we did not pay him for that endorsement. That's just Tom. That's just how Tom rolls. So shout out to Tom. Just keep it in Long Island. Let's go to Dan from LI. Dan, how you feeling?
What's good, fellas? How you guys doing tonight?
Long time, man. How you feeling, Dan?
Yo, good, man. Good. Yo, I haven't been calling, but I've been listening, man. So you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Listen, bro, you got more of your callers doing spinoff shows than any other show on the planet.
I should be charging them. I should be charging these people, man.
I'm like, every day I look up, someone else has got a podcast or watch the game with me. I don't know what's going on, son, but you're spinning off everybody. But anyway,
and I'm getting no bucks for it, man. Tell you, next time you see Ari and those guys, tell them they need to pay up.
Hey, listen, man, you made them household names, and now they're going crazy. But listen, real quick, before the season, I was hoping that Brunson would be worth 4 or 5 games, and I think tonight's one of those examples because, in the third quarter, you just pointed out earlier, right? Third quarter, things could have gone sideways, right?
Yes.
And last year, we kind of went sideways with those 2 losses to Orlando relatively early in the year, and I thought that, he came down, he had the ball in his hand, didn't allow Randall to go on the, to go ISO by himself, and and I think that there's a respect. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think there's a respect that Jalen Brunson is getting from Julius. You know what I'm saying?
So.
Where he, and I think that's coming up on the court. But I got to tell you guys one thing, and whatever, call me salty, whatever. Listen, of course I'm going to root for Randall. I want him to do well. But after that thumbs down, son, he ain't never come back with me. Y'all root for him or whatever to win, but he's never,
no redemption.
Never. And if his wife's listening and his kid, whatever, listen, never coming back. You don't give the New York City fans the thumbs down. So that's just me, but I'm just saying, man. So, but anyway, having said that, listen, keep up the good work. I'm enjoying the show. You're getting better every day. This show's really, really going places. So I wish you continued success. Right? Have a great night,
Dan, appreciate you, man. Good to hear from you. It's the OG Dan from Long Island calling in. And I thought he had a good point there, bro. In these type of situations where you look at previous years, and some people's like, oh, you guys are going crazy, some magic. Listen, I take wins. You take a win as they come, right? You take a win as they come. They got a tough schedule this week. Win these games. Win these games where you're a better team on paper. Win these games. So, but I think he has a good point because in certain situations like this, where Orlando comes back, they take a 1-point lead in the third, or they come back, they cut it to 5 in the fourth. In previous years, these are times when Randall's coming back in the game. You're forcing everything through him for the most part. Yeah, RJ's going to get his looks as well. But those are the 2 guys that you don't necessarily want orchestrating the offense in these pressure cooker situations. And there's times where you want these guys to play off of somebody or play within the flow of somebody else being the engine, and that's Brunson.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, it's great when you have a point guard, and we haven't had a point guard that can actually do this and score, But it's a great point because last season, third quarter of doom, man, and just for years past, you talk about third quarter of doom, and Knicks would just collapse on their face, we'd lose it, and that's really that's why the third quarter stood out to me, is the fact that we lost the lead, and then Brunson just is like, all right, guys, let's relax over here. We got this.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone get organized. We're gonna score some points, and this is how we're gonna do it. And they did it. And when you have someone like that, and keep in mind, for Brunson, a game against the Magic tonight is nothing for him compared to first round against Utah, second round against the Phoenix Suns, right? He's competed at the highest level. He went to the Western Conference Final. And I keep bringing that up because for him, that mindset, that's such great experience in a do or die situation that a game like tonight, he probably feels very comfortable, right? For guys like Randall and RJ who haven't been in a lot of those playoff moments, for him, this is second nature. And for him to know what to do and how to get back on track and just how to calm everyone down, it's like that calm voice that you always need. Like when everyone's just like frantic, he's that guy. He's that guy that's like, all right, it's okay. Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's definitely a good point, man. So to everyone in the chat, let's get those likes up. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. I want to shout out, we got a $10 super chat super chat from Expect a Fight. It says, may the brand stay strong and the Knicks keep winning. Salute to my family, man. Expect a Fight. Rooting for the squad. Rooting for KFTV, man. Always holding us down. So definitely appreciate that. Let's go to the Discord. Sam on the Discord. Sam, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great.
Let's
got
go.
Another win. And as you said, we take them as they come. It's Orlando, right? You don't expect. But all their games since Orlando's that's been playing, they've all come close.
Tough.
They just haven't had that fourth quarter discipline that these teams that's been beating them have. So it's a good thing that we have that. And Alex made a great point about that third quarter. I mean, that was one of my notes for this season that we really have to push on being better in the third quarter coming out of that halftime. So it's great to see that's coming out. And another note that I had was making sure that we had more shots than the other team. Not even like field goals made, field goals attempted. Like that's the reason why. All right, so every website calculates pace differently. Even my numbers come up different. But what it shows, we are not the bottom of the league anymore in pace, guys. We are standing around that 15th mark, and so that's good. We're pushing pace, and so far, the past three teams that we beat, we've put up more shots than all of them, which is why we were able to stay in that Memphis game. We were able to beat Detroit, and we were able to beat Orlando. Granted, those teams, you don't expect them to go far, but putting up more shots has been important for pace and being able to get up more shots, even more quality shots. So I'm happy where the team is going. Next up is Charlotte, and I think they just took down the Hawks. So
yeah, they did. Yesterday, yep.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that game, and we're looking good. Jalen Brunson's playing well. Julius Randle's playing a lot more efficiently, with Jalen Brunson with the ball. So I'm excited about where this team is going, and let's go.
Let's go. Shout out to Sam, our resident stat guru, throwing the numbers out there, man, since we're about 15th right now in pace. And by the eye test, you could see it, man. They're playing fast. I mean, it's no more evident than off of a make. Julius snatches the ball off the inbound, pushes it up, gets it to Fournier. Fournier knocks down the three. Every single defensive possession where they get a turnover, they're out. It's Obi, it's RJ to the races, it's Julius trying to get out there, it's IQ. They're playing fast, man, and they are benefiting from it, no question.
Yeah, I wonder if Thibs put an emphasis on that going into this offseason because Randall lost a lot of weight. He lost a lot of weight. Obviously, we know Obi can run in transit, push the pace. RJ quickly. Cam, Derrick Rose, Mitch, we know all those guys can, but we saw last season when it came to Randall, he was really the one that was like slowing the pace down. I wonder if Thibs really made an emphasis saying, look, we need to really move and get some easy
as consistently.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, and like, if that's the case, like we're seeing the fruits of that, and just like having a game plan how to go into this season. So I wonder if that was something that happened this offseason, because the Knicks are moving fast. You can see it with your eyes, as you said, CP, and it's great. Like, it's better than just working in the half court and just like trying to fight for every bucket. You're getting those easy points that we need.
Easy points, man. Easy points. And as I said, last year, they would make those efforts to play fast, especially the third quarter or starting games off, but it just wasn't a sustainable effort. It wasn't consistent effort. And then you would get those situations where you're dumping it down to Julius in the half court. He's holding on to the ball, not making great decisions. So it was just a clunky fit, and therefore resulting in us finishing in the bottom quadrant once again in pace. But so far, they're playing fast, so give credit to them. Okay, let's get back to the phones. Let's go rapid fire here. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Knicks win 115-102 over the Magic. Let me hear from, let's go to our guy, Triple M. What's good? Triple M in the building. Let's go.
Yo, what's going on, my brother CP, Alex, man? Listen, everybody in the chat, when CP puts a location to go somewhere, you got to go over there immediately.
Fast.
Absolutely bananas. We had a great time. We got crazy. Let me go make my points real quick.
Yeah.
Listen, great win the games we're supposed to. We talked about it, but we not go kumbaya in here only. We talking right here on the postgame KnicksFanTV. Listen, I got to watch the game for a second or third time, like Thibs told me last year, but that fourth quarter offense looked a little stagnant. You got to fix that, pick that up, because we beat the Magic because it's the Magic, but that fourth quarter offense is a little stagnant. We need to get it together. 2, man, I do not want to see Evan Fournier on here no more. Listen, I got a theory. Maybe it's the tequila flowing because we get crazy after wins.
Yeah.
I saw Cam Reddish working out. I saw Cam Reddish at the pregame the other day. That man does not have nothing. Everybody thinks it's something. They just holding him out till Evan Fournier. They figure out what they do with that man. Because I stubbed my toe and I'm out for weeks. I'm like limping around. This man running, cutting, jumping. Come on, don't give me that.
You talking about Grimes. You talking about Grimes. You said Cam. You talking about Grimes. You talking about Grimes.
Grimes, God, yeah, y'all got me. You already know, man. I'm sipping out here, man. Salute to the guys.
Salute to Triple M, man. Salute to Triple M. Oh, man. He said he's over. He's done with the Fournier experiment, man. He's over it.
Hey, man. I get it. Look, I get it. When you see what Grimes can offer on this team last season, and you see what Cam can do off the bench, and you're trying to go younger, you're trying to make sure they have strong defense for both rotations. Makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
We don't have to harp on too much about it. We did at the beginning. We did it yesterday. So if you want to listen more about that conversation, definitely go check out Knicks Weekly.
Check out Knicks Weekly for sure.
Yeah, check out Knicks Weekly because we had a really good conversation towards the end of the show on the Grimes Fournier Cam Reddish experiment.
Absolutely, man. I got to shout out my guy, Jason Calcanis throws a $100 super chat in the pot.
Let's go.
He says Brunson is making everything easier. 43 wins locked. Randall keeps this up. He's trade bait. So J Cal, he's thinking present, he's thinking future, but shout out to J Cal, throws a C note in the pot. Salute to everybody for putting in super chats, but definitely shout out to J Cal, man. $100 super chat. Definitely appreciate your support. And I've been talking to J Cal. We're planning to head out west, man. We're going to San Fran. We're Golden State, taking the show on the road, November 19th, man. So J Cal's been kind of helping me with my itinerary, starting to build that out slowly. Shout out to J Cal, man. So looking forward to the reunion out west in about less than a month, man.
San Fran's gonna be a good time, man.
Yeah,
San Fran's a fun city to go to.
Yeah, I've never been, man. Never been. So definitely gonna check it out. And next playing on Friday night, we'll get a fan meetup pregame. So those of you watching in the Bay Area or who are planning to attend as well, stay tuned because we will be hosting a pregame fan meetup in the area by the Chase Center. So stay tuned. Once I get all the plans in order, we'll definitely throw the bat signal out and reunite out there in San Fran. So definitely looking forward to that. Now a couple more calls. Let's go to the Lou. Jay from the Lou. Jay, what's going on?
CP, Alex, man, love, man. How y'all doing?
Good, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, man. Hey, real quick, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing for the team, of course, man. You know, I feel like last year if we would have had D Rose, that's at least about 4 more wins we could have added on to our record. So, you know, I'm not even tripping too much because now we got a point guard. So now I'm looking at about 45 this year for us, 44 to be honest. So I'm kind of want to be a Debbie Downer, guys. Like, here's the thing, like with Obi Toppin, he only played, I want to say about 13 to 14 minutes. And, you know, he pretty much had all the highlights for our team tonight, guys. So I'm kind of, you know, on the bench like, hey, is this a situation to where we going to get Julius Randle out of here? The team is looking good, but I'm still kind of, you know, like, dang, but look at Obi. So I want you guys to touch on that, man. Coming from the middle of the map. Much love.
Appreciate the call, Jay. Appreciate the call. Well, I'm not so sure what the market is going to look like for Randall. You know, what are teams getting, right? Because it's been up. It's been a very, very high. It's been a super low. Now, only 3 games, right? Let's come take it back a little bit. It's been 3 games playing well. But I'm not so sure this is like a trade deadline thing and you're going to trade him. Remember, the Knicks are trying to win games as well.
Yep.
They're in a tricky spot, man. They're in a very tricky spot. Thibs is trying to win games. Leon's trying to win games here. They had a 37-win season last year.
Yeah.
It's a tricky spot because Obi's impact is, while efficient and impactful, it's as a finisher. Whereas with Julius, there's still important parts of this game where you need him as an engine. Even with Brunson.
Yeah.
You still need that. And so it's they're in a very, very tricky spot because there is pressure, in my opinion, just my opinion, for Thibs to win some games and for them to try to make this play in. And I don't necessarily think that's a lock by trying to trade away Randall. I don't see it. I understand the dilemma. I've been preaching the dilemma since they drafted Obi, but I don't know if they're going to necessarily expedite that without a deal that they feel like they're actually winning.
Yeah, they have to be winning the deal for Randall at this point. And the way that he's playing, you can see that he's on the up and up, but it's way too early to even think about trading Randall and thinking about what type of assets you get in return. It's only 3 games in. It's more time. Obviously, it all depends on the offer. If you get some crazy offer for Julius Randle to help this team continue to build, then I don't see why the Knicks would pass up on that. But as of right now, as you touched on, CP, Thibs is in a spot where he needs to win. This team needs to win. You know, we talked about it. We hear from other beat reporters that the expectation is playing and winning to make the playoffs. You know, you have to, if that's the goal. Randall does something that, as much as I love Obi, the one thing that Obi hasn't really shown that he's able to do is just score in isolation. Randall can score in isolation. And if you're getting Randall scoring in transition and doing everything that we're seeing right now, that even Obi can do, right? Cut off ball, score in transition, do stuff like that. And what's lacking is Obi's ability to score in isolation. It's very hard to say, let's trade Randall when you have 3 guys tonight scoring 20 points.
Right.
And that's a very difficult situation. And like, I'm a big Obi supporter. I love Obi. Obi's my guy. But you know, until Obi is able, until we see that from Obi, and not saying he can't do it, until we see it on a consistent and effective nightly basis, I don't think the Knicks are going to move or looking to. I don't think the Knicks are going to look to trade Julius Randle because they want to. If they get a call, they'll take the call and they'll listen. But I don't think they're going to be actively shopping Julius Randle because of that expectation of, 1, wanting to make the play-in and getting to the playoffs. 2, I still think they're waiting to see, can Obi score in isolation, because Randall can do that effectively. And if Randall's playing like this, it's very hard to do that.
No question about it. Let's get to the phones. Let's take one more call, then we're going to go to player ratings. Player ratings are back. To the Discord we go. Harrison Dolan on the Discord. Harrison, what's going on? Harrison going once. Oh, Harrison is missing the call. Harrison. Okay. All right, man. Harrison, man. We gotta get you up out of here. All right, we'll put Cain Marko in the queue on the Discord. We'll take one more, and then we'll go to player ratings, ladies and gentlemen. Let's play a little player ratings. Okay, let's go to Benji from Manhattan. Benji, let's go rapid fire.
What's up, guys? Sorry, I couldn't call for opening night, so I had to call tonight.
Okay.
I had to miss the second half of the game tonight,
Yeah.
Due to a league game, but super pumped about this win. I tweeted out that if the Knicks won tonight, they would show me that they're different. They're a different team, and they handle business. I expect them to do the same on Wednesday night against Charlotte. I think just a few quick observations, and this really started in the preseason, was I think I alluded to when I called into you guys and I said the Knicks are reminding me of the team 2 years ago that established home dominance. They were playing Indiana, Washington, Detroit in the preseason, but they're starting to remind me they're taking control of the game from the start. Now, granted, the game is was tight early on in the first quarter, and Orlando was hanging around. But the Knicks are playing with energy. You're not seeing any lousy starts to the game. I think what's most evident here is by adding Brunson and Hartenstein. Those are two incredibly efficient players, right? Brunson is a low turnover, high field goal percentage, smart, savvy point guard. Hartenstein is a guy that plays limited minutes, but is super productive in those limited minutes. So just almost by osmosis, you're going to have a more efficient team. If you look at tonight, everybody across the board was pretty efficient.
Yeah.
Obi Toppin at 10 and 4 in 14 minutes, right? Reddish was super effective in his limited minutes. So I think that's kind of the key thing here is you're seeing a lot of efficiency. Obviously, the assists are in the 20s. They're playing a faster pace. I mean, I'm going to have to take my 48, and I'm going to have to tack on 2, and I'm going 50 burger. We're getting 50 wins.
Whoa.
I really believe in it right now, and I see it. I see it in this team. I'm seeing the confidence. Everything feels dramatically different. Julius Randle is playing absolutely out of his mind.
Okay.
I'm so proud of how this guy is playing. I think you haven't even seen really a good game from Fournier yet. Fournier Hive reporting to duty.
Whoa,
but I know the previous caller was saying he's done with Fournier. Why would you ever mess with the current situation that we have? I think that we keep rolling with it. I think Fournier is not getting the touches, man. He needs to get 12 to 14 shots a game. He's getting like 6 to 8 shots a game. For whatever reason, it doesn't matter, right? Because we're getting wins. But however we need to get wins, we're getting wins. But Julius Randle is just doing a complete 180 here. We saw it starting with media day with his smiles. It was a completely different disposition than last year when he was arguing with Mark Berman and about all this nonsense.
Yeah.
Everything is positive so far. I expect a win Wednesday night. I expect us to split the 2 road games after that, so 3-1 in the 4-game stretch.
Okay.
Good night, y'all. Appreciate everything.
Thanks for the call,
and
man.
happy
Benji on the switchboard. Benji never goes rapid fire. That's my guy. You got to go rapid fire, man, when we ask for it. But that's my guy. Missed the whole second half of the game and then had the longest call of the night. That's how Benji rolls, man.
And then added on 2 more wins
and then
to give us the 50
tacked on 2
burger.
more wins.
Let's go.
For the 50 burger. Rate that call in the chat, man. What do you guys think about Benji's call? He jumped all the way out the window, didn't even see the game. 50 burger. That's a Knicks fan for you, man.
Love it.
Edgar said Benji went OT. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. TM said he's off, but he's still talking. Shout out to Benji, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Player Ratings is back, presented by KnicksFanTV.com. Make sure you guys check out KnicksFanTV Remy's Player Ratings the day after each game, man. Remy breaks down the game and breaks down every single player that the Knicks played in and the box score, man. It's very excellent, man. Make sure you guys are going to KnicksFanTV.com and supporting us there, reading the Player Ratings because it's an excellent write-up. Okay, yeah, let's start it off.
All right.
Let's go with Julius, man. What are you giving Julius tonight?
I'm going to give Julius a 9 out of 10.
Oh, okay. All right.
9 out of 10. And I'm going to say 9 out of 10. I thought he played excellent tonight.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm going to modify that. I'm going to give him 9.5.
Whoa.
10,
I mean, you might as well give him a 10.
No,
You
because the shooting
basically
from
just
three,
gave him a perfect game. You gave him a perfect game.
The shooting from three really has to be a little better. All right.
Okay.
Because the shooting from three has to be better. But I'm gonna give him a 9.5 because of how well he played tonight. I thought it was very efficient. He was able to play within himself. He played within his envelope. He was being a playmaker, being strong on the glass, shooting, everything they asked him for. Defense, like the only thing I would just come down to is just really 3-point shooting and just being a little bit more effective from there. But I'm gonna give Randall a 9.5 for tonight because honestly, without him, like and being key next to Jalen Brunson, we're not in this game, you know. And you gotta give flowers to Julius for having such an excellent performance, you know. But really, when it comes down to you can't go 2 for 9 for me from three. You gotta be a little bit more efficient, be a little bit more judicious. I know we're getting up shots, but come on, I need to see him drop.
I mean, you might as well just give him the 10 since you. I mean, you know.
No. It's close. It's close. I have rules for myself.
All right. I'm gonna give him a 9, man. Outstanding game. 25, 12, 4 assists. Like I said, I just felt like he set a good tone early in this game. He finished. He played as a finisher. He played as an engine. Played in isolation. Yeah. Only 2 for 9 from 3, but. I just liked his energy, his activity, and as Thibs said, diversifying his arsenal. You just saw it out there. Love the way he's continuing to push the pace. He took the challenge of defending Banchero. Yeah, he had a couple, he had a silly foul on Banchero. He was trying to guard him, 50 feet out when Banchero hasn't hit a three, barely hit a three all year. Doesn't really need that, but again, that's just one play. Overall, I thought his decision-making was good. His energy was good. And look, these numbers, 25, 12, and 4 for Julius, these are normal numbers for Julius, right? These are normal numbers. These aren't necessarily aberrations, but this time, for me, these are winning numbers in the way that he's playing, the way that he's hustling, the way that he's making good decisions. I think that impacts winning, and that's necessary. So I'll give him a 9. All
right.
How about Brunson?
10. He gets a 10.
Oh, you're getting 10 for Jalen. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's getting a 10.
Okay.
He's getting a 10 tonight.
All right.
Look, I said comes down to efficient defense.
Yeah.
Like, dude picked we lost the lead. This man says, whoa. 7 straight points.
Yeah,
you gotta get kudos there. 2 for 4 from 3, 8 for 16 from the field. That's efficient. 6 assists, got you 21 points, 2 steals. Yeah. Man was active, had active hands on defense. All right, he was taking the challenge on defensively, and he's been pretty good defensively too. For a guy who is okay on the Mavs, he's really stepped it up another level. So I'm gonna give Brunson a 10 for tonight because, look, I said you need Julius. It comes down to effective 3-point shooting for Julius. You got everything across the board in my eye from Jalen Brunson tonight. So he's gonna get a 10 out of 10 for me tonight with the 21 points. Come on, when you lost the lead, he gives you 7 straight. Comes down to the fourth quarter, Magic knock it down to 6. He gets you the and 1 from the mid-range number, as we talked about, and continues to extend that lead. Gotta give Jalen Brunson a 10, man. Gotta give him a 10.
Khalidi in the chat says Alex jumped out the window tonight.
Oh, yeah. I'm jumping out the window for Jalen. Look, man, you want to know why? Because we got a point guard. Hang the banner. Get it going. That's one of my life. No, I'm just playing.
We got a point guard. All right. I can't go 10. I can't give him higher than Julius because Julius, for me, is a play of the game. I'll give him an 8.5. I'll give him an 8.5.
8.5?
I'll give him an 8.5.
What does he need to do to get a 10?
Quality opponent. Quality of opponent goes into my rating scale.
All right, fair enough.
I can't tell you what my rating scale is until we get to it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I'll just give you that quality of opponent plays into it. That's why I reserve my 10s for the big ones. All right. Pause. This one comes against Milwaukee Bucks. All right, that's a 10-point performance. You're going up against Drew Holiday and you dropping these type of numbers. I got to put quality of opponent into this.
Couldn't you say that taking advantage of the opponents you need to also gives you that 10?
Well, I bumped him up to it. What I say, 8.5?
Yeah, 8.5.
That's a quality score.
All right.
Doing what he needs to do.
All right.
3 turnovers, couple fouls. All right, that was a little uncharacteristic of him. So I got to knock him down at 0.5 point.
All right.
Overall, I agree with everything else, though. Again, just being stable for us when we needed it, delivering with a bucket when we needed it, when the Magic was trying to take things over. Steady hand, and again, the defensive effort, I think, also needs to be commended. So I'm going 8.5. I gave Julius a 9. I gotta give him an 8.5. I gotta give him
okay.
8.5.
All right. Edgar's asking me if I'm the leader of the Brunson Hive. I may just be.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. How about RJ? This should be interesting.
This one, I feel like this one's going to be tough because he beginning of the game, he wouldn't be in conversation.
Yeah.
This is tough. I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just because, look, man, I need efficiency.
Yeah.
You got the bag. You're in your 4th year on the Knicks. All right. I need you to be a little bit more selective with your shot selections. You can't just be forcing shots. I thought he had a good floor game overall, but I also have a high standard for what RJ should be for this team if you want him to be a franchise player. And having a night like tonight where you go 1 for 9 in the first half, you still end with 20 points. You shot 36% from the field, which is below like even average shooting for the Knicks. 3-point shooting was 3 for 7. It's fine. That was fine. Just the overall driving to the basket and trying to figure out shots and forcing shots against, larger opponents. Not really a fan of that. 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Like I mentioned, he got you the hockey assists. I need him to be a little bit more effective. You know what? I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up 1. I'll give him a 6.
Okay.
I'll give him a 6.
All right, cool.
6 out of 10. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Just the more I talk about it, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. But I really need to see more from RJ. That's my feeling on his game tonight.
I'll give him a 6 as well. Just because I thought he was able to finish strong. But the first half, shot selection has to be a little bit better. And I just felt like he was pressing. It just reminded me of that Memphis game when he was pressing. He wasn't making a shot, so he would force the issue and force up another shot. Whereas, just let the game come to you. Play make a little bit more. Yeah, continue to play fast as others are, but try to find somebody. Try to make an extra pass that maybe leads to another pass that maybe comes back to you for a nice corner 3 in rhythm. Things of that nature. Don't try to force the issue so much. But nevertheless, in the second half, again, I thought he played well. In the late third, he accounted for 10 points, 8 of his own. Found Obi for the alley oop, and in the fourth quarter, hit a couple of nice threes to seal it. So I'll give him a 6. I'll give him a 6 in hopes that he's getting into his rhythm now. As we get a couple games under our belt, and he's getting more confident in his shot, because that's another thing. It didn't seem like he was very confident in his shot earlier in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And so hopefully this gets him going. Hopefully he rolls into Wednesday night with some sort of momentum. So I'll give him a 6.
Yeah, and he also knocked down his free throws. You got to account for that, where he got to the line. He got the easy points. He went 3 for 4 from the line. So with that defense, being able to recover to still have a 20-point performance tonight. So I bumped it up to a 6. Like if it was Memphis, he gets like a 2.
Yeah.
Like a 2.
Right.
But yeah, just need to see more out of RJ, man. Need to see more out of RJ.
Yeah, I think a 6 is reasonable. Lastly, how about Quick, man? 0 points, 7 dimes in 23 minutes. 6 rebounds. Sorry, 8 dimes. 8 dimes. Correction. 6 boards, 23 minutes.
This one's tough because from like everything else, it's up there, but I really need to see the scoring. This is a 5. This is a 5 for me. because I need to see scoring, man. I appreciate the 8 assists. I appreciate the 6 rebounds. I appreciate the defense that you give out there, but you can't. This is, 2 out of 3 nights you have 0 points. You went 0 for 5 from the field, and you took 4 3-pointers. Like, you're coming in here being a shooter. I need you to be the shooter. I need you to be consistent.
Yeah.
As a shooter, and if you're going to get more minutes and be the first guard off the bench, and you're going to close games, I'm gonna put it at 5. You got to score. You got to score, man.
Yeah.
You got to score for me. Like, that's the name of the game. So having 2 0 points, and you're going to be playing, and you're going to be a combo guard, doing a little bit of point guard, shooting guard. Like, if you're a shooter, especially at the shooting guard position, like while Brunson's out there, you got to shoot. You got to score.
Yeah. I'll give him. I'll give him a 6.5.
All right.
I'll give him a 6.5. 3 dimes to Cam. We gotta give him a half for that. We gotta give him.
I'll give you a 5.5.
Dimes. I mean, the first one was a laser beam bounce pass from half court. Found Cam in transition. I'm giving IQ credit for that. He was responding to the people on Knicks Twitter. He had enough of the theatrics. Blocked a couple people. I'm giving him some points for that as well. Blocked a couple of haters on Knicks Twitter. Came back and was a playmaker out there for his team. I do agree with you, though. As the first guy off the bench, we didn't need it in this game, but we will need more scoring from him, which is his bread and butter, right? And so it just seems like it's kind of a continuation of last year where he's still trying to figure it out when he should, put his foot on the gas, when he should be, facilitating for others. You even saw in this game where he was tentative with his shot when he did have open looks. Mm-hmm. He was kind of second guessing it, thinking about it, and that's why I think he was missing most of his shots.
Yeah.
So, it seemed like Quick was kind of stuck in that in-between, but nevertheless, on the boards, which is solid, 6 boards, 8 assists, 7 in the first half with that second unit. I liked how he was playmaking out there, but I do agree. You do want to see some scoring from him in the future. So I'll go 6.5 for Quick, man. 6.5 for Quick.
I'll bump it up to 5.5. I mean,
okay.
I hear you, especially on the assist part. Like, I hear you on that, because that was key to find Cam and everybody else. That's very key. But scoring, man, very, very important, especially if you're going to be a shooting guard, combo guard, point guard. Like, this is a guard-driven league.
Yeah,
you can't have a donut, especially 2 within 3 games. It just can't happen, man.
It's good
like
points.
He's supposed to be that guy. Like, if that's what we're relying on him to come off the bench for, even your 6 man, supposed to be the leading scorer. He's supposed to be taking advantage of other bench units because of his scoring prowess. Like, that's why you have, what is it, like, you think about Jamal Crawford, you think about Lou Will, you even think about our guys, like you think about Anthony Mason, you think about John Starks. We're talking about guys who are able to score. Like, that's what that is when you're the first person off the bench. If you're not scoring, what are you providing this team? Like, yes, everything else is important that he did tonight. I'm not taking that away. But scoring, when you're the first guy off the bench, key, absolutely key.
No problem. No doubt about it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was player ratings for tonight. You can read the entire roster's player ratings from tonight's game tomorrow on KnicksFanTV.com, man. Check out KnicksFanTV. Remy's breakdown of the game should be available around maybe noon Eastern time tomorrow, which will be Tuesday if you're listening on the podcast version. Salute to the replay gang as well. Definitely check that out. But great segment as usual. All right, we're gonna wrap it up with rapid fire phone calls. I'm talking about rapid fire, people. Get your take and get out of here for the night. All right, Cain Marko on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Cain Marko, what's good?
Yo, you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. What's going on?
What's going on, man? What's up, CP? What up, Alex?
How you feeling, man?
What up?
I'm chilling, man. I've been trying to get on the phone with y'all for like 2 years.
I know, man. I know, and you know what? You're an ardent supporter of KnicksFanTV, man. So I had to make sure we got you on the line, man.
I just finally figured out how to use this damn Discord. I couldn't figure it out before.
There you go.
All right, now rapid fire, man. Listen, we on pace for 81-1, so let's just
That's what we going for.
Let's
No,
go.
seriously though, I had to take a 48 wins. I think I might jump up to 50 also, man. We're looking good. I like the way Jalen Brunson's controlling this team. I like the way Julius Randle's responding to having a point guard and letting him be the point guard without trying to take over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving the way the team is looking, man. But I'm not liking Obi Toppin still only getting 14 minutes, man. We got to figure something out. Something's got to give, man.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's basically it, man.
Okay.
That's really what I just wanted to say, man.
Appreciate the call, man. Call back on Wednesday, man. Appreciate the call. Cain Marko on the Discord. And look, man, Obi got his 14. Julius got his 34. 48 minutes. 48 minutes. They're not seeing this floor together. This is what it is. We've been talking about this for 3 straight years. This is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it comes look, it goes back to if Randall was cooking, you leave him in there, and he was cooking. You don't take him out.
Yeah,
you don't take him out. I'm a proponent of the hot hand. We can go back to when Austin Rivers was hot against Utah, and it was questionable when Thibs pulled him out. This guy was cooking, leave him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Randall was cooking tonight. You leave him in there. It's simple as that.
Yeah, that's just how it's gonna go. Okay, back to the phones we go. Rapid fire. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up on feed, boys. YME from Harlem. How you feeling? Whoa.
Yo.
Hey.
Listeners. Yo, KnicksFanTV. Hit that thumbs up for your boys. Rapid fire. I just want to say I like the way Jalen Brunson is holding it down.
Mm-hmm.
Julius, for the first 3 games, he's bringing his lunch pail, and I think he wants to make that turnaround and be that shining star for the team as well, like he was a couple of years ago. Other than that, man, salute. I want to keep it rapid fire. I'll call back another time when I got a couple of extra points to make. Shout out to Alex and all the rest of the team, JD. Peace.
Let's go. That's how you rapid fire, my man. I like that call. He was kind of teetering, too, because his connection was kind of fuzzy, Al. I didn't want to drop him off because he was waiting for a little while. So I stayed patient with him. You know what I'm saying? I stayed patient, and he got his points in rapid fire. Okay, let's go back to the Discord. Rapid fire. Ari, let's go.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Yep. How you doing?
What up?
Good, man. So, good and bad things. So the good things is Jalen Brunson's legit. He's worth the money. Now that you see the way I don't like comparing contracts to other teams' contracts and justifying it being a good value compared to other teams' contracts. I don't like doing that. But at the value that he's getting paid for the impact he has, not just statistically, but just for the entire team. I think it's a good move. I think we found our point guard for the future, which is a great sign. He's young, and he plays team basketball, and you can count on him, which is good. So that's the good news. The bad news is I'm not going to judge this team until I see how we play against Milwaukee and Cleveland. Let's play against some teams before we start thinking how good we are. Right now we're just we're doing the first part. We're taking care of business against the bad teams. Well, let's see how we do against the good teams. And listen, you guys are gonna throw tomatoes at me right now, but I gotta start the narrative right now, right? Randall's looking nice. Maybe his value's coming up. I know a way for Obi Toppin to get some minutes, to add some draft capital to this team, to bring in a star. I'm just gonna say, I know a way. All right, thank you for taking my call. Peace.
All right. I don't know where he was going with that one. I think he was just trying to sound like prophetic, but he didn't stand on any take or trade or I don't know, man. Sultari anyway, man. Sultari, man.
I think he's trying to insinuate that Randall needs to be traded. That's what I'm going for.
Right, but how are we getting a superstar return? I don't know, man. Okay. I don't want to talk trades right now, man. I just want to talk about Knicks.
It's too early for trades.
It's too early, man. The season just started, man. We just got through the off season of a failed trade. I'm not trying to get into more trade talk right now, man. I'm not trying to talk about Bol Bol, Mo Bamba. I'm just trying to talk about the 13 guys on this team right now. I'm trying to see Quentin Grimes get back up to speed and see, as I already said, how we play against some of the better teams in the East, right? No, we're not up to Milwaukee's caliber. But let's see how we play in Cleveland on Sunday. You know, let's see that type of matchup and how we fare with some adversity, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, some tomatoes flying in the chat. I like that. Okay. All right, we're going to close tonight's show. And Triple M talked about our fan event, you know, how you guys got to be there. On Friday, we met Cynthia, man, for the first time. Yeah, you didn't meet Cynthia? You were there.
No, I did.
Oh,
I did.
I thought you said you did. I was like, yo, you were there too. You didn't meet Cynthia?
No, I met Cynthia too. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So now we're basically saying, you know, we had a chance to meet Cynthia, her nephew. They pulled up to our opening night fan event. It was a great event. Great to meet Cynthia in person. And so we're going to close with Cynthia tonight. Longtime supporter, never misses a show. Cynthia, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Salute. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear. How you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful, beautiful. It was a pleasure meeting UCP and Alex. All I was missing was JD. Needed to meet JD at least. But no, it was, listen, I'm going to try to go rapid fire here. First of all, I'm on the Bol Bol hive. I'm sorry, this is the first time I saw him play. And the guy is cool, and I remember his dad, and it's just like, wow. I'm on the Bol Bol hive. So that's the first thing. I did find RJ pressing, and I was concerned, and I was going to ask you, CP and Alex, how long do you keep him in? I mean, I know this was for rapid fire, and I guess he finally turned it on in the end. But I was worried. Like, I was worried at one point, what was it, when Julius was the only one cooking. Julius and Jalen a little bit, even though he was scaring me with the fouls. But at that point, I was asking, I think it was like the third quarter, right, when Jalen got into that foul trouble, and I saw him. For me, he was telling Thibs, "No, don't take me out." Like I saw him shake him off like they do in baseball, right? And I got a little nervous, but I know Jalen. I trust him. We got ourselves a point guard, how we were all chanting on Friday. But you know, I have to admit, I was a little concerned, and I was wondering why Thibs didn't put the bench in. You know, like sometimes like he does on the third quarter. I was expecting, and you guys pointed out how he was staggering. Okay, I'm a little impressed, but you know, like someone else in the chat said, let's wait till we get some more games in to see if Thibs really turned the leaf. You know.
Yeah.
My next question to you guys was, do you think Thibs feels pressure? And I think you did answer it, guys. That. I think correct me if I'm wrong, that I think Thibs is feeling some kind of pressure to win, and maybe this is why he's playing nice right now, you know. But Hartenstein, I think he's like a Thibs favorite. Yes, he has some, you know, he has advantages, but I personally feel that he gets a lot of more minutes than M-Rob. You know, I like to see Mitchell in there too a little bit more often, or an equally amount of minutes. The IQ conspiracy, please. I just going to tell you, I noticed that from game 1. I was mentioning it to my nephew in game 2, CP and Alex. I was like, did you see? I was telling my nephew, did you see? But then he made one pass to him on Friday. But I do believe you, Thibs. I believe that IQ read his Twitter. And, you know, and he played along and said, oh, snap, you know, I'm getting busted out here. So is it conspiracy or is it coincidence? I lean a little bit to, listen, I love IQ, I love Obi, but you can't only pass to your guy, man.
Yeah.
Come feed Cam. You know I'm in the Cam hype. Okay? You know, and but that's it. I'm trying to make it rapid fire.
Yeah.
But it was a pleasure meeting you guys.
Absolutely, Cynthia, man. Likewise, and we hope that you and many others pull up on us when we have our fan events. We had a lot of new people at that fan event on Friday for the home opener, man. So it was good to see a lot of people who said, you know, they were longtime listeners, longtime watchers of the show, but you know, pulled up on us for the first time, and so we had a great turnout. Took a great group photo on the court. And it was a successful event, as they all are, man. So shout out to OmniFan, shout out to Al, my guys Ron Hansley, all the regulars that came through. Jay Boogie was there as well. It was a good time, definitely a good time. Everybody had a blast, man. For sure.
It was a great time, man. A lot of fun. A
Yeah.
lot of fun. It was great to meet everybody too.
Yeah, no question, man. So, you know, look, on the RJ thing, look, he struggled. I don't think you're going to see too many situations where they're just going to pull him. Like, this is our guy. You sign him to the bag. He's a young franchise player for right now. You got to stick with him, and hopefully he works it out. hopefully he works it out. And having a Brunson out there, and hey, having a Julius out there, maybe they get him some shots and rhythm, get him feeling good about himself. Obi sure did. And he hopefully bounces back as he did in the second half. So this is one of those nights, man. One of those nights. Early season. So let's see what happens before we start to extrapolate too many trends. Got to kind of be careful with that.
For sure. And solid call by Cynthia.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling in. And to go on to the IQ Cam thing, because I know everyone was talking about that for a bit. Like, I actually think it's just more it's more of like, how comfortable are you with playing with somebody that you haven't played with before?
Yeah,
So, like,
I agree with that.
And Cam, he didn't play that many games with us last season, and then to start off this season, it was real. I think it was Quentin Grimes who's going to be in that position before Cam. So you think about how many repetitions has quickly actually had with Cam Reddish.
I can see that.
Team to get, it's tough. So him finding Cam tonight, I'm glad that we can kind of put this to rest. But I'd say it's more so like, yes, I think it's a combination of quickly always want to find Obi and get Obi his points and his highlights, because that's his guy. They always are hanging out, working out. They're the same draft class and whatnot. And then, it's also how many times did you play with Cam? Cam played only 15 games as a New York Knicks last season, averaged about 14 minutes. Not enough time, in my opinion, for quickly to really understand Cam's game. And I think Cam is also was still trying to figure out where does he fit in this rotation, and he still is. So
yeah.
I think it's a lot of moving pieces. I don't think it's necessarily quickly having anything against Cam. I think it's knowing who the player is, wanting to support your own boy and Obi Toppin, and just all of them like figuring out how to play on the same unit.
Absolutely, man. Well said. And on that note, so to everybody in the chat, hit that thumbs up one more time and share these videos, man. I want to shout out the super chats that have come in. HB sends a $5 super chat, says, why did Thibs take Obi out? Then Randall was gassed at the end of the game as expected. We also seen some handle Randall out there. All right, so HB wanted a perfect game. He wanted the 10. So his play ratings is certainly not that. Shahid, $20 Canadian super chat. Says Randall about to have a redemption year with Jalen Brunson here. You can tell how much joy he has with a bona fide point guard in the fray. Brunson is the real deal. These close games are more enjoyable with Jalen Brunson controlling the pill. I'm happy. Yep, I agree. Maxwell Walter, Julius and Brunson symmetry is perfect. RJ just needs to find his rhythm earlier. Blockness playing with a chip on his shoulder. I love it. Salute to KFTV. Shout out Son from Brooklyn, $5 super chat, says, I like how Brunson, when the team loses the lead, responds with a timely hoop or play to get the momentum back. He is so steady and he knows the moment. Agree with that. Kenny Gales, $5 super chat, says, good win. RJ was fortunate in the first half. Good cleanup. Julius looking like he's breathing and meditating before the game. Oh, look, it is a point guard. CFA 2618, thanks for $10 super chat. I got that. Troy Davis, he says, stop. Coach Thibs was trash last year when y'all were giving him props. Burke started the majority of the year. This year, he's been good so far. Winning will do that, man. And talent. Darth Hayes says, can't front Jules' ball and running passes, playing his MIP form. JB continues to show his worth. RJ 20, which is a good thing. We have a point guard. Got that. Jamaica Queen 22, $10 super chat, says 29, 27, and 24 team assists so far. The rock is moving and the team is trusting each other early. Shout out to Aaron. Aaron Vasquez says, bar for bar, Ron from Bmore has the best open line. Shout out Ed Flood, says Obi should never play under 20 minutes. CFA 2618 again says Jalen Brunson has to be the best free agent acquisition in the last 20 years. We finally have a point guard. Let's go. Eddie Marr, can't wait for the Cavaliers game. Good show. Troy Davis, when CP says, okay, that's your cue to shut up. CL Kenrick says, spectacular passes from Brunson and then one from Obi. Great team basketball. Yeah, indeed, man. All right, people. Remember that this show is presented by Manscaped. Once again, go to manscaped.com, enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Also, remember that this show is available in audio podcast format. So for all of our team hashtag new viewers, remember that you guys can go listen to this show in replay format on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the major podcast platforms. So shout out to those people who are, listening, the Uber drivers, the taxi drivers out there, the late night MTA workers, the truck drivers. If you can't watch it on video, definitely turn us on in podcast format. And shout out to all you guys for your support. We'll see you guys Wednesday night. Knicks versus Charlotte Hornets. No DSJ revenge game over here. We got to win another one. Let's go. Peace.